Yesterday, Rich Paul made a comment that LeBron is the most scrutinized, most talked about NBA player of all time. He has a 24/7 cycle, 365 news cycle of scrutiny and a news cycle of opinions floating around anytime that he does something. And I believe Rich Paul is right. I believe he has been the most covered superstar of all time. I believe he's more covered than Jordan, Kobe, Magic, and Bird. I got my facts and I got my opinions. My opinion states that I do think Jordan was covered. I do think he was marketable. I do think he was everywhere. But that was in the 90s, and that was because the NBA never really seen anything like Jordan. And when Jordan was in his prime, Jordan was the most talked about NBA player. He was the most marketable superstar. You know, he was more marketable than Larry. He was more marketable than Magic. He was more talked about than Magic. He was more talked about than Larry. That because when he stepped on the court, nobody ever seen anything like Michael Jordan. I'll just be honest with him. Nobody ever seen anything like Michael Jordan. Kobe had the scrutiny a little bit. Kobe had the market a little bit. But Kobe didn't really start being marketable or under really any scrutiny until he was really the guy. And maybe that sexual rape allegation that he had back in 2006, 2007, maybe that pushed Kobe out a little bit. But then once Kobe became the guy and once he started winning, I believe that when a lot of the scrutiny came. That's when he started with the trademark Black Mamba. That's when he went to the U.S. Olympic team. He tried to gel in with everybody. Tried to make it work. Tried to figure out how to win on his own, how to lead and stuff like that. LeBron. And this is why I say LeBron is the most talked about, most heavily scrutinized NBA player. When LeBron first came into the league, even before LeBron first came into the league, in high school, 16, 17, 18 years old, they were already comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. Already. LeBron hadn't stepped foot in the NBA court, hadn't stepped foot in the NBA city yet. LeBron was already being compared to Michael Jordan. LeBron was always becoming the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that, the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that. They were still comparing him to Jordan. They would still talk about things that LeBron could do, LeBron couldn't do, and he was always being compared to Jordan. You talk about LeBron playing with other all-star caliber players like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis. They always compare him playing the superstar players and Michael Jordan wouldn't have did this, Michael Jordan wouldn't have done that. They always complain about what LeBron's stance on Twitter is when he talk about politics, when he talk about race issues, or just when he's trying to be approachable and trying to put himself out there. They always tell him that Michael Jordan wouldn't have done this. Michael Jordan wouldn't have made this friend in the NBA. Michael Jordan wouldn't have these many friends in the NBA. So whatever LeBron does, they tend to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. There's people in the world today that don't even think Michael Jordan played 16, 17 years in the NBA, but he did. People only think he played 6 years just because he went 6-0 in the finals. But nonetheless, that's my opinion that LeBron is the most heavily NBA scrutinized player. He does have a 24/7 news cycle around him at all times. Whatever shit he eat, he go to drink water or whatever, people will talk about it. They will have something to say. They will have everything to say about LeBron James doing this, doing that. Well, he didn't do it like Jordan. Yeah, he's he's the best scorer in NBA, but he ain't like Jordan. Jordan had 6 championships. LeBron 4-6 in the finals. Well, Jordan 6-0. LeBron became the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that, the youngest to do this, the youngest to do that. He got a better bag than Jordan. Well, that Jordan is, Jordan that, Jordan is, Jordan that. Well, what about Jordan can't do? Well, he won 6 finals. So that's pretty much going to be the conversation or the drawback you'll get when it comes down to the Jordan versus LeBron debate. So thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Unapologetically Male. Thank y'all.